time for baseball under the Tropicana Field Dome in St. Pete. It's the home opener of this new season between the American League's Houston Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, if you love good pitching, this one's for you. First pitch is coming up. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. And we are ready for some daytime baseball.
For Houston, second baseman, Jose Altuve.
And we are underway from Tampa as the first pitch of the afternoon is taken for ball one. And here's a ball hit in the air. Ramos has a play, and that's the first out of the inning. Here's Carlos Gonzalez. He enters play hitting down in the 240s for the year. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. As usual, no surprise, 72 degrees, the game time temperature here inside Tropicana Field. Started to go around there. Looked like he held up in time. No, strike two, says the third base umpire. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Another 0-2 home. And he'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to as that's ruled a swing, and there are two away now.
Batting third,
Evan Gattis now standing in. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move. Striding in, Matt Duffy. He'll lead things off here in the bottom.
Second baseman, Matt Duffy.
And this is taken outside for ball one. Harold taking a look at these Astros entering play here this afternoon. They come in hoping to get back on the beam as they've dropped three straight.
Yeah, this is one of those losing streaks, but you know what? I'm a little more cavalier about it than they probably are. But all they got to do, really, this is a good team. Just go win one game, and before you know it, you'll be on a winning streak. They're a good club.
And that one finds the target on the outside corner, 2-2. On the ground up the middle. And that's through for a hit. So here in the first inning, the leadoff man's aboard to kick things off. Stepping up to the plate, Evan Longoria. Coming into this one, he's carrying a rather substantial batting average up in the 330s. First offering on its way. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. Comes set, and the 0-1. Right over the middle, knee high.
Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but you know what? He looked at the first two pitches, but they're different pitches, broke down, good pitchers' pitches. Sometimes you got to tip your cap.
Throw into third. The tag, and they got him at third. What a throw. And they're able to get the ball in quickly, so he'll be held to a single with one away.
First baseman.
Digging in, Jose Abreu. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and one away. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. And it'll fade just at the end and winds up a long foul ball. Now a swing and a fly ball. Reddick sprinting after it, but this will wind up being a foul ball. Runner at first here, one man out. Chopped weakly to the left. And indeed, no look at second. He'll go straight to first and take the sure out. Ready now, Wilson Ramos. He's got that average way up into the 330s to begin the day. Swinging a little blooper to center. Reddick coming on, but it's the center fielder who gets there. And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. The average just a few ticks shy of 300 for the season. So perhaps a hit or two in this one could put him up over the top. And this will be taken in by Longoria for the first out. Here's Nolan Arenado. Not the shiniest of batting average as he comes in hitting down in the 220s for the year. Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. And he swings and pops it foul behind the plate. Ramos is under it, makes the play, and there are two gone now.
Batting sixth.
Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He enters play hitting in the 260s for the year. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. Turned on down the line. But a foul ball, 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Souza is under it. And the inning is over. So striding forward now,
And
Ricky Weeks. He'll begin things here against Dallas Keuchel. Hit hard on the ground to second. And that's going to get on through. So Weeks will start the inning off with a base hit. Now at the plate, Corey Dickerson. First time to the plate for him, and he's carrying an eye-popping batting line with him. Up in the 360s to start play. And he's back in standing. A runner at first with no outs here. Checks his swing, but this will be strike 2 called.
So he threw the slider darting away to him 2 times in a row. Now I don't think he'll go for it again. I'm looking for something hard inside on this pitch.
But this is pulled in by the shortstop. So digging in now, Steven Souza. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and 1 gone. Bottom of the second here with no score. And he misses with it, 1-1.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down and in unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those.
Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Now a throw over, back in standing. 2 out with the man at first. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Well, now's when he gets nasty. He's 0-2, and you know he's got 5 pitches in his arsenal to put him away. It's almost impossible for the hitter to sit on anything. I like the pitch right there.
Ouch, that one hit him. Now at the plate, Colby Rasmus. 2s all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course, here in inning number 2. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. Second and third, 2 away. Very weakly on the ground, but that one rolls foul. And he'll step off here and make sure he doesn't have any ideas over there at third. The 1-2 pitch. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Reddick is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there. Digging in the switch hitter, Carlos Beltran. 7, 8, 9. Bottom of the order set to go here in the 3rd. In the air out toward right field. Rasmus has a read on it. 1 away. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He comes into play with a batting average in the respectable 270s. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
This is just great pitching. They start him off with the slider to get the strike, and then they bust him in with a fastball. I don't know what he's thinking up there, but they really are messing with his mind right now.
So he got him swinging. Alex Bregman is out number 2 here in the 3rd inning. Beckham ranging into the outfield. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Striding in once again, Matt Duffy. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Matt Duffy.
This one's down to 3rd. And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone. Leadoff man retired, and that'll bring in the powerful 3rd baseman, Evan Longoria. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Set to deliver the 0-1. Line toward the alley in left center. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit. Digging in for his second at bat, Jose Abreu. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Fly ball heading for the alley. On the move is Reddick, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. Longoria is on his way home. And the run will score as the Rays cash in on an early 1-0 lead. Ready for another chance? Wilson Ramos. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Line drive to center field. Dahl is there. 2 gone. Digging in to try it again. Ricky Weeks. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. Ready with the 0-1. And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike 2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Hard on the ground towards short. And a close play at the bag, but a good stretch by the first base. So striding in, Jose Altuve. He'll stand in against Chris Archer to get the inning underway.
Jose Altuve.
High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. Now the pitch. On he pops it up, drifting just beyond the infield. Rasmus has the best view of this one, so he'll take it for the first out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Carlos Gonzalez. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And this pitch just about saws him off as he can't get extended at all. It's strike 1. Chopped weakly to the right. Abreu is up with it, and he is out on the tag. Into the box now. Evan Gattis comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Well, he's really peppering the zone right there, going up in the zone. I wonder if he stays there the whole time. Usually you'll see that with 2 strikes, not with no strikes.
Ramos has a play, makes the catch, and that'll retire. So stepping in, Corey Dickerson. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Liner towards second. And he's retired here, 1 away. In now, Steven Souza. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Back up the middle, and that finds its way into center for a 1-out base hit. Digging in now, Tim Beckham. He was plunked with a pitch in his first trip to the plate. From the stretch. This is line to left. In there, a base hit. Now from the home of the Rays, you get a look there at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. It's the home opener of this new season between the American League's Houston Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Here's Carlos Gonzalez. He enters play hitting down in the 240s for the year. Now a bunt attempt here. Abreu gloves it, and he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first. Now batting, Evan Gattis. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Squares with 2 outs and gets it down. On to first, and can you believe it? A 3-pitch inning. And just like that, the side is retired. So coming to the plate, Matt Duffy. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Second baseman.
Now a bunt attempt here.
Duffy.
Gonzalez is there, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Stepping in, Evan Longoria. He's got that average up near the 340 mark to start play, so he's liable to have an impact in this one as well. A throw to the plate. Oh, he may have been a little disoriented there or something. That's going to allow his man to reach first safely.
First baseman, Jose.
Now a bunt attempt here. Throw to the plate. And after that head scratcher, everybody's going to be safe. Settling in now, Wilson Ramos. He's got that average way up into the 330s to begin the day. And that misses for ball 1. Harold taking a look at these Astros entering play here this afternoon. They come in hoping to get back on the beam as they've dropped 3 straight.
Yeah, they're on a small losing streak, but it could lead to a long one if you don't sit there and say, all right, it stops right here. We got to put a stop to it right now. Somebody's got to come up with a big hit. We got to get a good pitching performance. We need to win the game because that's the mindset you have to have. We're stopping it right now. The buck stops here.
A lot of times you see guys in the middle of the order get worked away, but not right here. They're keeping it inside on him.
Reddick has a long run, but he takes charge for route number 2. Coming to the plate now, Ricky Weeks, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. Ball chop foul right at home plate, and it's 0-1. And he misses with it, 1-1.
Well, now we've seen the combination of the 2-seamer and the cutter. That is a lethal combination because now he's taken away the ability of the hitter to sit on one direction of the pitch.
1-2 is the cut fastball, but he holds back 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pulled the string on him. And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. He'll stand in against Chris Archer to get the inning underway. This one's flared out toward left. Here comes Dickerson, but he won't get there. It falls in. Here's Nolan Arenado. Not the shiniest of batting average as he comes in hitting down in the 220s for the year. Here's a look over to first. First delivery to him on the way. And he takes ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Line towards center field. Souza has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He enters play hitting in the 260s for the year. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1. Runners going. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Longoria in foul ground, and that's the second out of the inning. Digging in the switch hitter, Carlos Beltran, and he is proving to be something of a non-threat with a bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty. And Abreu will make the play, and that ends the inning. Into the box, Corey Dickerson. The average for him entering play here's in the high 360s, so he's one to avoid as a pitcher if at all possible. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And he lays off for ball 1. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Gonzalez coming on, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. Now in the box, Steven Souza. The average for him entering play, not far north of 200. Cut fastball inside, ball one. Line drive to left. Gonzalez has to retreat a bit, but he gets there for out number one. But he's safe at first as he gets back in time. Stepping into the box, Tim Beckham. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and one gone. And that one stayed too low apparently. Softly hit out to short. Altuve for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He comes into play with a batting average in the respectable 270s. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball one. 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a little blooper to center. Here comes Souza. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. The season batting average comes in down in the 240s.
Marwin Gonzalez.
Down on the shins and missed with it. Ball one. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And the changeup is way low that time.
Well, that pitch wasn't even close. And now that was an easy take. Now he's locked in. You're sitting there 2-0. Get real specific. Make him throw you your pitch.
Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball three. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And he takes ball four. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order. First pitch on its way. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Souza on the move. And he makes the catch for the second out. Riding in once again, Carlos Gonzalez. 0 for 1 here in the early going. And prior to the first pitch, he'll look to first. He's set. Here it comes. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball one. That's wide. 2-0. 2-0 pitch on the way. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Dickerson will get there, and he puts it away. At the plate, Colby Rasmus. He'll begin things here against Dallas Keuchel. In there at the knees as he offers a strike to the leadoff man. 0-1. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. Ready for another chance? Matt Duffy. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. Throw to second, and they get him. So the sacrifice attempt is unsuccessful here. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw. Now a throw over, and he just manages to get his hand in. Slapped hard the opposite way. Reddick is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down. So here's the slugging first baseman Jose Abreu now. Reached by way of a fielder's choice his first time around. And a fastball just a bit high. Keuchel pauses, ready with the 1-1 pitch. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike 2. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
I like the call for the 2-strike changeup, but you got to make a better pitch. He got away with one right there.
And a quick bluff here over to first, but he'll just stare him back without throwing. Throw over to first, and he's back easily. And a quick step off here, hoping to catch that runner leaning, but he's back easily. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Fastball up in the zone, but it's strike 3. Evan Gaddis now standing in. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Catcher, Evan Gaddis.
And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning. Into the box now, David Dahl. He reached on a single in his first try. And he may have thought something was on here as he stepped off to look back to first. Here's the first pitch to him. Bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. A quick out number 1. Digging in for his second at-bat, Nolan Arenado comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
And that's in there, 3-1.
Probably better that he let that pitch go anyway. After seeing a lively fastball on the pitch before, it's pretty hard to sit back enough on a well-thrown changeup.
Now batting.
Stepping in is Josh Reddick. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Low for ball 1. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule. Here's Carlos Beltran.
Number 15, designated hitter Carlos Beltran.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 count. Here it is. 2-0.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Hit out towards second. On to first, and the Astros can't cash in as that ends the. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Wilson Ramos. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game. Grounded to third. And a good throw gets him 1 gone. Digging in to try it again, Ricky Weeks looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. And he takes strike 2.
Pretty unusual that you see a 5-0 hitter take 2 strikes in a row. Typically, those are some of the most aggressive batters in the lineup.
Sent on the ground out to second. And that'll find its way into center field for a 1-out hit. At the plate, Corey Dickerson. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Swinging a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Bregman backs up and takes care of it. 2 away. In now, Steven Souza. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Steven Souza.
Luke Gregerson.
Please. Now pitching for Houston, number 44.
Now the Astros have somebody up in the from the belt. Kicks and deals. First pitch of the AB is swung on and lifted in the air to straightaway center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that in. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. Now here it comes. And he popped him up, drifting back behind first. Making the play over there is Abreu for the first out. Into the box now, Marwin Gonzalez reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. This is on the ground over to first. Taken in by Abreu, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Stepping up now, Jose Altuve. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Breaks his bat as this ball's lifted into the air. Into a slide, and he makes a... So digging in now, Tim Beckham. He's 0 for 1. Brad Miller will come on now as the pinch hitter. Tony Sipp, the lefty.
Now pitching for Houston.
Now the Astros are going to get a left-hander up and cranking out in the bullpen. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. 281 the average entering play. 9 homers and 21 driven in. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Popped up. Arenado is there for it. He's got it 1 away. Digging in, Colby Rasmus. A base hit in his first trip. Swing and a miss on the slider. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Chopped foul wide of first. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. Hit back up the middle. Bregman gloves it on to first, and there are 2 down. Coming to the plate now, Matt Duffy. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1. Hit on the ground toward the left. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit. So the 2-out hit extends the inning for Evan Longoria next. In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Down the third baseline. The 0-1 on its way. Looking at a tough pitch called a strike. Before the 0-2, a look to first. And the runner back. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there, especially when they're in protect mode on an 0-2 count.
No runs, 4 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. Drilled down the line. And a diving try at third, but it's past him. A fair ball. And he is in there. So here's the slugging first baseman, Jose Abreu now. Looking for a third straight 2-out hit. Will Harris trots in from the bullpen here as he inherits a tough spot with 2 on and 2 away. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. In to score the runner from third. Ready for another shot now, Wilson Ramos. And we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Ooh, and he finds his spot there, 1-1. Favorable call in there for a strike.
He's looking pretty passive here, hitting with a chance to drive in a run. Gonna have to make.
Now a curveball knocked down at home plate. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
Full count with 2 outs now, so if he could put the ball in the gap somewhere, he could have a good shot of driving in.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. And the runner from third crosses the plate. Abreu is on his way home. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. And he's safe. Now at the plate. Ricky Weeks, 1 for 2 on his line. Logan Morrison will look to provide a little 2-out thunder off the bench as he'll hit with a runner at second and 2 away. Cut fastball, and he's got to lean out of the way of that one. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250. 6 home runs and 11 RBIs. Nope. 3-0. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. And he lays off. Ball 4. So he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done.
The left fielder, number 10,
Corey Dickerson is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a ball outside. It's 1-0. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. This is line to left. Gonzalez is going to have room out there as he puts. digging in once again, Carlos Gonzalez. He'll try and get things started as we begin inning number 6. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. 1 strike now from Archer. And this is bounced foul at the plate, and that moves the count to 0-2 now. Another one sent foul.
One thing you try to do as a hitter is figure out what pattern the pitcher is pitching. I can't cover the whole plate. He's done a masterful job of pounding him on the outside half for strikes, and they haven't figured it out yet.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2.
That is the 4th foul ball of this AB right here. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
Souza's after it. Makes the play, 1 away. Ready for another shot now. Evan Gattis. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And this is just off the outside corner, ball 2. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
Hit hard down the line. In time to first, and there are 2 away. Ready for another chance? David Dahl. He laid down a sacrifice bunt in his last trip. Chopped down the first baseline, but it's a foul ball, says the first base umpire. Down the first baseline, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Hey, I know you have to protect the strike zone when you get the count to 2 strikes, but on an 0-2 pitch that misses by that much, it's pretty easy for a hitter not to swing at that one. Kind of pitching him backwards in this AB. Soft stuff early, then those last 2 were fastballs trying to get it right by him.
2 out, nobody on. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double. Here's Nolan Arenado. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Nolan Arenado.
Now there's a changeup to start him out, but it drops low and away for ball 1. And here's a ball hit in the air. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Ready once again. From Cobb County, Georgia, we welcome you to baseball from SunTrust Park. It's the home opener of this new season between the American League's Houston Astros and the Atlanta Braves. Braves baseball next. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
For Houston, second baseman, number 27.
And the first pitch of the ball game here is taken for a cold strike one. Now here's the pitch. There's a knuckleball that dances right over the outside corner for a strike.
He's really put himself now in a position where he's got to battle. Took the first 2 strikes, didn't swing, and now you just grind out the AB.
So he notched the backwards K on that one. Jose Altuve goes down for the first out of the game. And here's a ball hit in the air. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. And the pitch. And Gonzalez is going to have himself a base hit. Stepping in, Evan Gattis. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and 1 away. Swing and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Hit hard on the ground to the right. And that's through for a hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Batting fourth, center fielder, David Dahl.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. This one's flared out toward left. Jankowski posts under it. And that's the second out of the inning. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now. Here's Nolan Arenado. And the average isn't pretty. Down into the roaring 220s to begin the ball game. But right there is the second baseman, and that will retire the side. Here's Ender Inciarte. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Braves, center fielder, Ender Inciarte.
Right over the middle, knee high. And Harold, these Astros entering play here tonight. They come in a bit of a rough patch. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Yeah, this is one of those losing streaks, but you know what? I'm a little more cavalier about it than they probably are. But all they got to do, really, this is a good team. Just go win 1 game, and before you know it, you'll be on a winning streak. They're a good club.
Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hit back up the middle. Bregman fields it cleanly. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely. Here's Brian Dozier now. The average for him entering play, not far north of 200 from the stretch. And a curveball that time that broke too low. Dozier waiting on the 1-0. That missed. Close. It's ball 2. Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And he gives this a pretty good ride that time, but that's going to be up amongst the crowd. A foul ball.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Now a ground ball for Altuve. This might be 2. 1 there. The relay not in time as he beats the throw by a step. Settling in now, Sura. He's got that average up near the 340 mark to start play, so he's liable to have an impact in this one as well.
Now I'm sure these infielders know it, but this hitter can burn down the baseline, so if he puts a ground ball in play, the defense is going to have to make a perfect turn to turn 2.
Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher. To short, hit hard, and that gets through for a 1-out base hit. Riding into the box, Jose Bautista. And he is proving to be something of a non-threat with the bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty. You'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball one. That swung on and missed. We're even at 1-1. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that'll get through into center field for a base hit. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score. So striding in, Eric Hosmer. First opportunity for him in this one as he enters play with his average close to the 320 mark. And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. Swung on and missed, 1-1. 1-1 coming now to Hosmer. And oh man, that caught him pretty good there as it ricochets toward the third baseline. Throw gets him, so they are able to get an out on an unusual play. And hopefully the pitcher's okay.
Right fielder,
Matt Kemp is in now as he watches a pitch for ball one. Looking to minimize the damage here. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And that one stayed too low apparently. 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. A fastball that just misses inside. Here's the 3-1. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. The average for him entering play sits down in the 250s. And he'll just watch this thing to try and get an idea. It's 0-1.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and they're probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Knuckleball, strike 3 called as that thing came back over the plate, 1 away. Digging in the switch hitter, Carlos Beltran. And a quick glance at the numbers will tell you it's been a huge struggle for him at the plate this year. First pitch finds the zone. No balls and a strike to the now 39-year-old veteran. Now a ball lifted high in the air towards shallow right center field. Inciarte will call everyone off and track it down for out number 2.
Batting 8.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He's hitting in the 270s on the season coming into this one. And the changeup is way low that time. 1-0 count. Here it is. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Not a great spot to be in right here, 2-0, but I'm not so sure why he's pitching this guy so cautiously. A bottom of the order guy you don't normally see getting pitched like this.
Now at the plate, Marwin Gonzalez. He enters play hitting down in the 240s for the year. And that's on the outside corner for a strike. Ready with the 0-1. Runner goes for second. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now. 0-2. Hit in the air to shallow center. Inciarte on the run. He can't get there as it falls in. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jose Altuve. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. Here comes the 0-1. Now both runners are breaking. And here's a ball hit in the air. And Hosmer will just look this one in, and the inning is. Stepping in, Tyler Flowers. He'll lead it off against Lance McCullers.
Catcher.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Takes this the other way to right. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning. Digging in, Travis Jankowski. First time to the plate for him, and he's carrying an eye-popping batting line with him. Up in the 360s to start play. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
He's gone back-to-back with off-speed stuff to start this AB, and neither has found the zone. He's trying to pitch him backwards, but that only works if you can get them for strikes. Now he'll probably have to challenge.
And this is on the ground to short. Could be two. Throw on to second, so they'll get the lead man, and that's all. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out. First pitch of the at-bat. Dansby Swanson stands in as he looks at ball one here. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a little blooper to center. Altuve into shallow center. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out. Digging in to try it again. Ender Inciarte lays off 1-0.
35 pitches with only 2 outs in the second inning. Ideally, you'd like to have 30 or less after 2 innings.
And he's into second safely with a stolen base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Line, but speared on a hop. And a close play at first, but he's called out and the side is retired. Digging in for his second at-bat, Carlos Gonzalez. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third. Goes the other way, and this is in the air out to left. Jankowski comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out.
Now batting.
Striding in once again, Evan Gattis. He reached on a single in his first try. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
That was a first pitch fastball. He just blew it right by him. You talk about an overpowering fastball working today. He's got a good one going.
Tried to stay back on the changeup there, but this is chopped foul at home plate. Won't go after that one, and it's 1-2.
Hey, I know you have to protect the strike zone when you get the count to 2 strikes, but on an 0-2 pitch that misses by that much, it's pretty easy for a hitter not to swing at that one.
Hot shot on the ground to short. Swanson brings it in. Throw gets him, 2 down. Ready for another chance. David Dahl, 0 for 1 here in the early going. Line drive snagged on a short hop. They'll whip this one to first in time. Coming to the plate now, Brian Dozier. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. Way out in front. The windup and the 0-1. Grounded straight into the shift on the left side. And a good throw gets him 1 gone. Stepping into the box, Sura, a base hit in his first trip. Hit hard on the ground to first. Gonzalez is there, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Standing in, Jose Bautista, looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat. And the curveball is chopped foul right at the plate. It's strike 1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
The next 0-2. Now here's a swing and a high pop-up, drifting into shallow right field. Gonzalez is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. Here's Nolan Arenado. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Leading off for Houston, third baseman Nolan.
Hit sharply on the ground. There is Dozier. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th. In now Josh Reddick comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. In front of the changeup there, as this is chopped foul at home plate. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Well, we've seen a lot of guys swinging at pitches out of the strike zone early on in this game. So I think the game plan on that pitch right there was to try to bounce one and try to get them to chase again.
Swanson ranges back, and he has it for out number 2.
The batter, number 15.
So striding forward now, Carlos Beltran. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Grounded back up the middle. Swanson picks it up. Throw in time, and the side is retired. First baseman Eric Hosmer is in. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
First baseman Eric
Into the windup and the pitch. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. Arenado's got it. Throw to first is in time for the first out. So here's Matt Kemp now. 0 for 1 after a pop out in foul territory his first time through. Now a swing and a ground ball, and that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one. Into the box now, Tyler Flowers. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Pause, now the pitch. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Kemp is on his way home. Now the relay home. And he is in there at the plate. It's now a 2-0 game. Digging in at the plate is Travis Jankowski. Reached by way of a fielder's choice his first time around. Ooh, good changeup, just missed inside. For Flowers, that gives him 5 doubles now on the year. And that's through into right field for a base hit. And the runner from second will stay put at third, so they're runners at the corners now with 1 away.
The batter number 7.
Into the box now, Dansby Swanson. He flew out in his last at-bat. Curveball that time, not even close.
First and third, you know he's going to do everything he can on the mound to roll up a double play ball. On the other side, he's got to be looking for a mistake up in the zone that he can drive in the air and pick up a sac fly at the very least. With 2 strikes and the runners at the corners, this is a big.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. And the runner from third crosses the plate. Here's Ender Inciarte. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Ender Inciarte.
Hit in the air out to straightaway left field. Gonzalez is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2. Digging in, Brian Dozier. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now.
Now with the 2-0 count and the power at the plate, it could be fireworks time. This is the kind of count he makes his money in.
And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch. He's set. Here's the 3-0. And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
Now batting, number 0.
Hard hit toward the hole. A diving try, but it's through into the outfield. And not in time as the run scores. Digging in once again, Jose Bautista. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Squared that one up just a little late.
That was a good pitch to hit. He wants that one back. He was just a little bit late on it.
Here's a swing now by Bautista as this is on the ground to short. Over to Altuve for the force, and that'll be that. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Inciarte on the run. 1 out. Now batting, Marwin Gonzalez. A base hit in his first trip. And that misses low and away, ball 1.
His pitch count is in a really good place at this point in the game. He's pounding the zone and getting first pitch outs just like he did on the last guy. We might see him work deep into this game if he keeps this up. Hey, I appreciate the fact that he's making him throw a few pitches. Most of his teammates have been hacking at everything that comes their way.
That was an ugly swing, and that's indicative of how they've been swinging the bat today. They just have not looked like they're picking the ball up at all. He's just dominating them.
There to take it is Bautista, and he's got it for out number 2.
The second baseman.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Inciarte's there. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. At the plate, Eric Hosmer. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
First baseman, Eric Hosmer.
Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike one. Now some action out in the Houston bullpen, as it appears both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. This is in the air out to straightaway center. Giving chase is Dahl, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out. Ready for another shot now. Matt Kemp. A hit in 2 tries so far. On the ground and right at the shifted infielders. On to first, and very quickly 2 are gone in the home 5th. Here now is the catcher, Tyler Flowers. He doubled earlier and carries a 2 for 2 line into this appearance. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play.
That's a nice pitch right there. He threw him a breaking ball, comes back with a fastball, and now he's late. Now he doesn't know how to adjust. He's kind of caught in between. You got him set up perfectly.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Hit on the ground to short. Bregman gloves it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Here's Cargo. Gonzalez. And so now the Braves will get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Toward the gap in right center. This is going to be a base hit, and he may take that big turn at first. The relay, and he's going to make it. He's in at second base with a leadoff double.
Now batting,
Evan Gattis now standing in. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center, and that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. And the runner from second is in to score, and he will pull into second with an RBI double. Ready for another shot now, David Dahl. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Ball chopped foul right at home plate, and it's 0-1.
Matt, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Inciarte's there. 1 down. Throw behind him to second. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base.
The batter, number 20.
Digging in to try it again, Nolan Arenado. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Jankowski is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Inciarte is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Ready for another chance? Travis Jankowski. He'll lead it off as we start the home 6th. Line drive to left. Gonzalez has him played perfectly as he puts it away for out number 1.
The batter, number 7.
And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. And that finds its way into center for a 1-out base hit. Number 9 batter comes through that time, as it'll now be up to the top of the order with 1 away.
Center fielder number 11.
Striding in once again, Ender Inciarte. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out. Digging in once again, Brian Dozier. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far. And a liner foul into the seats down the right side. Comes set, and the 0-1. Now a swing and a fly ball. Reddick on the run. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Digging in the switch hitter, Carlos Beltran. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7.
Carlos Beltran.
Here's the first pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and that's the first strike. Hit down the line at first. Hosmer has it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. A hit in 2 tries so far. And here's a ball hit in the air. Dozier ranging into shallow right. 2 gone. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Marwin Gonzalez. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. You'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt.
And the center fielder is under it to make the catch, and the inning is over.
For the traditional 7th inning stretch.
Now at the plate, Sura. He'll try and get something started in the home half of the 7th.
Hitter, number 0.
Into the windup and the pitch. Hard hit ball to second. And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone. Ready once again, Jose Bautista. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch curveball swung on and missed. Strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Next pitch chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now.
Aggressive swings out of him to start this at bat, but he hasn't been able to put the ball in play. Time to use that aggressiveness and make him chase now.
Throw in time at first for out number 2. Digging in, Eric Hosmer. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
That was a good swing right there. Might be the best one he's had all night because he was right on it.
0-2. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And it will end the inning thanks to a little help from his first baseman, and that'll be that. Now in the box, Jose Altuve. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once.
Altuve.
This is flared out towards second, and this will be put away easily for the out. Here's Carlos Gonzalez. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. And that's taken for strike 1.
He's looking really great on the bump right now. I mean, it's been a while since he's allowed a base runner, and he just jumped ahead of another hitter right there.
And that finds the target. 0-2 now. Knuckleball, and he can't pull the trigger. It's a called strike 3 for out number 2.
Up next for the Astros.
Settling in now, Evan Gattis. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. So here's Matt Kemp now. He'll see what he can do leading off the home.
Right fielder, Matt.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Here's a swing and a shot back up the middle. But this will be taken in at second base. Good positioning for the first out. So digging in now, Tyler Flowers. So far 2 for 3 in this one. First pitch fastball swung on and missed. 0-1. Lifted in the air out to center field. Dahl is there. 2 gone. Striding into the box, Travis Jankowski. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out. Shatters the bat as this is hit on the ground. Barehanded in time. And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. He'll try and lead things off here. Sam Freeman comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th. George Springer is going to be asked to try and be the rally starter as he's up off the bench, ready to lead it off in the 9th. We'll check in with an average still south. Now it looks like the Braves are going to get a lefty up and throwing in their bullpen. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
1-1.
Here's the 1-1. And this is popped high in the air back behind short. Swanson is there for it. 1 out. Here's Nolan Arenado. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
Arenado.
Line to the right side. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Tyler White will be summoned off the bench here. He'll pinch hit with a runner at first and 1 gone in the inning. Brandon Maurer answers the call from the dugout as he'll try to record the final 2 outs of this one. Now this is popped up behind the plate for Flowers. And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the 2nd out. Into the box, Carlos Beltran. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. And the first pitch is chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. 0-1. Here it comes. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
2-1.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Here's a blooper out toward left center. In comes Jankowski. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game. And guys, the Braves were given an excellent performance on the mound from the fellow you see right here, R.A. Dickey. Don't put that card in your bicycle spokes. He's our top Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, where the retractable roof of Minute Maid Park is closed. It's the home opener of this new season between the San Francisco Giants and the Houston Astros. Astros baseball starts right now. Striding into the box, Denard Span. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
San Francisco. Left fielder, number 2.
First pitch. Oh, look out. And a very interesting way to begin the ball game here tonight. And Harold, these Astros entering play here tonight. They come into this one in need of some kind of spark to turn them around as they find themselves in the midst of a 5-game slide.
Well, Matt, every team's going to go through a losing streak, but you got to try to do something that's going to pull you out of it. One game at a time is really what you got to think about, because if you don't, before you know it, 5 games leads to 10, and 10 games lead to 15. And before you know it, you're out of it. You lost a ton of games in a row.
Hit to short. Bregman has it. Throw on to first, and Pence is turned away here for route number 2.
Batting third.
So stepping in, Brandon Belt.
Number 9.
Batting average is a likely source of pride for him, currently sitting in the high 320s. And he lays off there, 1-0.
1 ball.
2 out, nobody on. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Now a flare out to left center. Arenado onto the grass, and that ends the inning. Here comes the second baseman, Jose Altuve, to get things kicked off in the home half of inning number 1.
Second baseman, Jose Altuve.
And he'll start him with a slider that's taken down and away for ball 1. Harold, you take a look at the Giants as they begin play here tonight. They come in winners of 3 in a row and riding a nice little run to start the new series.
Well, Matt, I really like their pitching staff, but I think the key to this game is clearly falls on their shoulders. They throw off-speed pitches for strikes, and they mix it.
Carlos Gonzalez.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Lifted the other way to left center. Chasing after it is Davis. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Batting third.
Now at the plate, Evan Gattis. First chance for him here with a runner at first and 1 gone. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play.
Man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though. Fall to keep him off balance with the heater.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Another one sent foul.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
Again, a 1-2. And this is fouled at the plate. Hit on the ground to short. Crawford's got it to second for 1. On to Belt, and they turn the double play. Here's Buster Posey now. He enters play in this one with his batting average up over the 320 mark. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Lifted in the air to shallow center field. Giving chase is Dahl. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Coming to the plate now, Brandon Crawford. Carries a batting line in the 280s to begin this one. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike 1.
Well, Matt, I'm looking at that 0-1 pitch right there, and I'm thinking he got lucky. I mean, that ball down and in, that's right in his wheelhouse. Some guys, that's a good spot. For him, that is not a good place to flirt around with. I wouldn't do it again.
This is line to left. but pretty much right at the left fielder as he takes it in for the second out.
Third baseman.
Digging in, Eduardo Nunez. He begins playing this one with his batting average over the .310 plateau. Couldn't hold up on the curveball there as he went around for strike one. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike two anyway. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging as he runs the fastball. And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. First at bat for him in this one, and he's got that average up over the 300 mark for the year. And this is taken outside for ball one. The 1-0 delivery. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Goes the other way, and this is in the air out to left. In there, a base hit. Here's Nolan Arenado, and the average isn't pretty, down into the roaring 220s to begin the ball game. And this is pulled foul as he was way out in front there. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Lifted down the line in right and back out of play. Count holds it 0-2. Now another 0-2. Sharp ground ball to third. One there. On to first, and that's now 2 innings and 2 double play balls here tonight. 2 away now. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. The average for him entering play sits down in the 250s. Bat explodes as this has popped up. Nunez has a play, and that's the third out. So striding in, Connor Gillespie. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Lined hard to center field. And that's the first hit in this one for the Giants. Not in time, and he's in there with a double. Here's Rajay Davis. Now he's hitting just
number 13.
First offering on its way. Called strike over the outside part of the plate. 0-1. Here it comes. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Looked like a cut fastball there, and all he can do with it is foul it off to the right. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Here's Joe Panik. He certainly had it working for him at the plate this season. The average is up over 350 entering play. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Check swing grounder to the right side. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first. Striding in once again, Denard Span. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Line drive to center field. And there's a base hit as the run will score from third, and the Giants break out on top here 1-0. Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. Line to the right side. That's in there. Base hit. And they'll hold that runner at third as everybody moves up a base, and they're loaded with 1 away.
Number 9
has a look. Now the pitch. Now a ground ball for Altuve. This might be 2. The second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Coming to the plate now, Carlos Beltran. And a quick glance at the numbers will tell you it's been a huge struggle for him at the plate this year. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. High pop up. Calling for it. Nunez. One away. Into the box now. Alex Bregman. He's hitting in the 270s on the season coming into this one. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now. Heading out towards shallow right. On the move is Pence. He can't get to it. This one's down. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. He enters play hitting down in the 240s for the year. Swinging a liner back through the box. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch is a cutter looked at, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Just couldn't pull that one back in time. It's 0-2 now. Runners are at first and second with one away. Swinging a soft liner, but this is hauled in by the second baseman. Ready for another chance. Carlos Gonzalez. 2 on, 2 out for him here in the third. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. The 0-1 pitch. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. Oh, what a stop on the slide. Drops the tag. He got him. Digging in to try it again. Buster Posey. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back.
Well, that's back-to-back breaking balls. He's able to foul that one off. Will they come back with a third?
High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. It's up and out of here into the archways. Digging in for his second at-bat, Brandon Crawford comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on first for the out, 3 unassisted. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Eduardo Nunez. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. A called strike over the outside corner. 0-1, here it comes. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
He's really put himself now in a position where he's got to battle. Took the first 2 strikes, didn't swing, and now you just grind out the AB.
Catch made there by Altuve, and there are 2 gone now. So digging in now, Connor Gillespie. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Swinging a little blooper to center, and that's in there. Base hit. Here's Rajay Davis now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. The 0-1. Soft liner to the right side. And that'll get down for a base hit. Here's Joe Panik. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th.
Joe Panik.
Now a ball sliced out of play down the left field line. Comes set with the 0-1. Laid off as it caught the inside corner.
He has full intentions of jamming this guy. Back-to-back cutters right in on the hands. He does not want him to get extended.
That misses. 1-2. Line towards center field. And that's in there. Base hit. Now a long throw home. And a good throw will wind up holding that runner at third, so the bases become loaded now with 2 gone.
Left fielder number 2.
First pitch of the at-bat. Denard Span is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
Getting that first pitch strike is really important when you're deep.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made. Evan Gattis now standing in. He matches up with Jeff Samardzija to get the inning underway.
Evan Gattis.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Well, they have been really aggressive swinging early in the count, early in this game, and that's twofold. You're either not going to get a high pitch count from the pitcher, which could go against you, or you're going to knock him out. We're coming right after you and being aggressive. Right now, I think they're just being aggressive.
To his left, Nunez, and the throw to first is in time, one gone.
Now batting.
And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. And a foul tip held onto here at strike one.
Well, he got him to chase a fastball right there off the plate. He's such a good hitter. You don't see him chase out of the zone very often. That just tells me the pitcher's got pretty good stuff.
Throw in time at first for out number 2. Here's Nolan Arenado.
28, third baseman, Nolan
First pitch
Arenado.
on its way. Grounded down the third baseline. On it goes right through him into left field. And this will kick off the wall out near the 315 sign. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. A great opportunity for him here in a run-scoring spot. Now following the 2-out double. Oh, right back to him on the mound. And he'll toss this one on to first as they're kept off the score. Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
The right fielder, number 8.
Skied into straightaway right.
Pence.
Reddick has a read on it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Now at the plate, Brandon Belt. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless.
I really like how he's been throwing a lot of first pitch strikes in this game. That first pitch strike, it just opens up the whole strike zone and what you can do as a pitcher.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here's another 0-2. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. In there, a base hit. Digging in and looking for more, Buster Posey comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Right on that pitch that time as he wraps it into center field, a base hit. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Shortstop.
And oh dear, that caught him full bore on the mound as it ricochets back toward the plate. Ready once again, Eduardo Nunez. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. And that misses ball 1.
Well, you know, giving up 3 straight hits is bad enough, but now it looks like he's starting to nibble a little bit. It's hard not.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. 1 run scores. And the second run will score. It's now a 4-0 game. Digging in once again, Connor Gillespie. He doubled earlier and carries a 2 for 2 line into this appearance. Line drive snagged on a short hop. Altuve for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Here's Carlos Beltran. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
For the Astros.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Right side. Fielded cleanly by Belt. And he'll step on first himself for the out. At the plate, Alex Bregman. A base hit in his first trip.
Alex Bregman.
First pitch of the at-bat. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
His pitch count is in a really good place at this point in the game. He's pounding the zone and getting first pitch outs just like he did on the last guy. We might see him work deep into this game if he keeps this up.
On to first, and very quickly 2 are gone in the home fifth.
Number 9.
Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1.
Well, Matt, that's 2 quick outs, but if you look at the pitch count, it's way down low. He's being aggressive, and so are they. He's got a chance to get through this one.
And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Panic is there. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Ready once again, Rajay Davis. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Fielder number 13, Rajay Davis.
And the curveball is chopped foul right at the plate. It's strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Reddick on the run. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away.
Now batting.
Digging in once again,
baseman,
Joe Panik. Couple of singles
Panik.
to his credit thus far. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway.
Matt, this is a crazy game. I mean, the thing you stress, right? First pitch strikes. He's doing it. 80% of the time, he's throwing first pitch strike to hitters. The problem is he's giving them too much to hit, and as a result, they've been hitting him hard.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Back goes Gonzalez. Out of here. A solo shot, and they add another.
Left fielder number 2, Denard Span.
Denard Span stands in as he checks his swing here for strike 1. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw on to first, 2 gone. Ready for another
right
shot
fielder,
now.
number 8.
Hunter Pence.
Hunter
He's working on
Pence.
a 1 for 3 thus far. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. And that's in there. Base hit. So the 2-out hit here brings in Brandon Belt to bat next. And a good job to get to it quickly and get it back in. That'll hold him to a 2-out single.
Baseman, Brandon
Lifted
Belt.
in the air to center. On the run is Dahl. And this is hauled in on the run as he takes quite a... Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He'll
Leading
try
off
and
for
do
the
what he
Astros.
can to work toward cutting into
Second
this
baseman,
big deficit.
Jose
Third baseman in
Altuve.
tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch. Popped up. Belt is there. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now batting.
Here's Cargo,
Left fielder,
Carlos Gonzalez.
Carlos
It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. And a ball, 1-0. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
Takes this the other way to right. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So that keeps the inning alive with 2 out for David Dahl. Digging in to
Now
try it
batting,
again. David Dahl.
fielder,
He's 1 for 2 in the
David
ball game.
Dahl.
First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Well, that was a big 2-out single we just saw, and for pretty obvious reasons. The inning went from totally under control to now. He's got to deal with some dangerous hitters here with a runner on base, and this is how 2-out rallies start.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Started to go. They'll look for the appeal down to third. Here's Buster Posey now. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. This one's down to third. And Buster's going to make his way aboard. He's got a base hit. So that's how they'll start out their half of the 7th inning. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Cut fastball, and he's got to lean out of the way of that one.
Well, this isn't how he wanted to start the inning. A leadoff single, and then you almost hit the next hitter. Composure. Got to try to get that ball over the plate and maybe get a ground ball.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Hit sharply on the ground. And this will be a base hit into center. So the first 2 are aboard here to kick off the 7th. Digging in and looking for more. Eduardo Nunez. He singled and drove home 2 his last time. This ball's in the air now out to right field. Reddick is in a few steps as he takes it for the first down. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. Here's Connor Gillespie, 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Hit hard down the left field line. But this is going to get foul. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second. And that's through into right field for a base hit. And a good throw is going to hold that runner at third, so they're loaded now with only one away.
Center fielder number 13.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Rajai Davis. He flew out in his last at-bat. Now some action out in the Houston bullpen as it appears both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. And here's a ball hit in the air. Reddick has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And never much of a chance to even think about scoring there. What a big second out.
Now batting.
Here's Joe Panik. It's been a nice game for him. 3 hits, including a homer to this point. Well, the shortstop's got him played perfectly as he takes this in for. Striding in once again, Nolan Arenado. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far.
Nolan Arenado.
And a slider tails outside for ball 1. Hit on the ground to third. That gets through, and he'll start the inning off with a base hit. So that puts the leadoff man aboard to get the inning underway. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Reddick.
Hit hard on the ground to first. To Crawford for 1. On to Belt, but it won't be in time as they just settle for 1. Here's Carlos Beltran. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far.
Beltran.
And that's taken high and outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Here it is. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. To second for 1. On to first. It's a double play as they're ready for another chance. Denard Span. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. Bregman fields it cleanly. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
The right fielder, number 8.
Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. On the night, he's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. Slow roller back to the mound. On to first, and he's breezing through the 8th here with 2 quick outs. Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Waiting on it is Dahl. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. At the plate, Alex Bregman. A hit in 2 tries so far.
The shortstop.
Into the windup and the pitch. And the slider swung on and chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
Pence has a read on it, looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. First pitch coming. Here it is. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Pence giving chase. Uh-oh, he whips on it. He can't get there in time, and now it hops over the wall for a ground rule double.
Jose Altuve.
From the stretch, Jose Altuve comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Now the 0-1. Look out, a fastball up near his dome, and that'll wake you up a bit.
I'll tell you, there was intent behind that pitch. I'm not saying he was trying to hit him, but when you're facing a guy like this, you don't want him to get too comfortable in that batter's box.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Hit on the ground out to short. Backhanded. Throw not in time as he's able to leg it out. Here's Carlos Gonzalez. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. There goes Altuve. This is on the ground over to first. The tag, and he is out. And that'll put him on the board as it's now a 5-1 ball game. Evan Gaddis now standing in. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. Ball chopped foul right at home plate, and it's 0-1. Oh, he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2. Tried to work it back to that low inside corner, but it misses. 1-2.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there, just out of the strike zone. But listen, when you're a 300 hitter, you don't chase a lot of those so-called pitches.
And the runner from second is in to score. It's now a 5-2 game. And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl, trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. 2 runs, 9 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. Sliced hard down the left field line. And that's a fair ball heading for the scoreboard near the Crawford boxes. So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double. Here's Nolan Arenado. 2 for 3 with a double.
Third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball.
His pitch count is getting up there in the inning now. He needs to get this frame over with sooner than later, so forcing contact and getting the defense involved is probably the best thing he can do.
Skied into very shallow right. Pence has a read on it, and that ends the inning. Here's Buster Posey now. It's been a nice game for him. 3 hits, including a homer to this point. Into the windup and the pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
The batter, number 35.
So striding in, Brandon Crawford. On the night, he's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. Sent on the ground out to second. Sliding stop by Altuve. And that's an incredible effort to get the second out of the inning.
Now batting.
Stepping into the box, Eduardo Nunez. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Swing, and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. And that'll get down for a base hit. Around first, he's digging for second. Around second, he's on his way to third. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed. In now, Connor Gillespie. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point. Hit out toward second. There is Altuve. And they'll escape danger here after the 2-out triple as the inning is over. Digging in, Josh Reddick. He'll lead things off here as we play the bottom of the 9th.
Right fielder, Josh Reddick.
Grounded up the first baseline. Belt has it, and he is out on the tag. Now at the plate, Carlos Beltran. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Grounded fouled off to the right side. Now the pitch. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now. 0-2. And he starts to go after it. Question was, did he hold up in time? Yes, indeed, says the third base umpire. Hit hard, but fouled toward first, so he'll come back and line it up again.
Well, when you're hitting with 2 strikes, you're just in battle mode. Right there, he gets a breaking ball. He just fouled it off. Got a piece of it and stays alive.
And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Now a shot out toward the alley in right center. Beltran will take the turn and head for second now. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
The batter, number 2.
Digging in,
Shortstop,
Alex Bregman. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
You know, in this situation, you almost have to pitch like there's no one on base. That run really doesn't mean anything with the lead they've got. The hitter is the guy that can turn this game on its head.
The runner from second crosses the plate. Trying to pick things up where he left off. Marwin Gonzalez. One in, one out, and one on. Strickland comes on here looking to get the final 2 outs and earn the save. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Late swing and a ball line fouled into the seats past the third base dugout. 0-1 count. Here it comes. And there's ball 1.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. With the first baseman holding the runner on, it's always smart to pitch into the defense you have behind you.
There to take this in is Crawford, and there are 2 away now. Coming to the plate now, Jose Altuve. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. Chopped weakly to the left. A scoop with the bare hand. It's late. He's safe. Great effort out there, and if that's any other runner, he's going to get him.
Left fielder.
Here's Carlos Gonzalez. He comes in 0 for 4 with an RBI in this one. Good lead off his second there. Now the pitch. Fouled straight back. Will Smith takes over on the mound now.
San Francisco.
2 men are on with 2 men out.
Will Smith.
George Springer will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line.
Springer.
To third. Throw to first here is in time to record the final out, and the Giants have claimed the 4th consecutive victory here as this ball game is over. And guys, time to